And in fact, if you look at column 7, the challenge becomes, but wasn't this a whole lot of work for the folks in the warehouse? What was everybody else doing the next 90 days? Well, you know, the salesperson over in store 3, those 5 Chinese armoires that we've got, Margaret, if there's a way that you could just sell them in the next few weeks so we do not have to move them. In fact, the general notion was this, and those of you in sales will appreciate this: why don't we sell what we have and don't sell what we don't have? I know it's an impossibility, but just for 90 days, let's try it, okay? And see if we can clean this inventory out. So everybody had an assignment. Do any of you work out by chance? It's only something I understand theoretically. You don't get a body like this from working out. But my wife does, recovering from our 4th child who's 4 months old and the like. So, and she's got a trainer, which is how you make that happen, the coach that makes you do more reps and push harder. That's like the body. You only work, as I understand, one muscle group at a time. You don't work the entire body all the time. Otherwise, you will break the organism, the organization down. That's what Neil did. He put this focus on the warehouse side, the inventory side, with the support of the rest of the muscle groups. Next quarter, then, he let them in somewhat rest, like you must your own muscles, and put the spotlight then on the sales. Said, now we've got to tackle the sales order accuracy. In the next 90 days, first month they found out what the problem was. Next 60 days they fixed it. Then they let that group rest with the support of everybody else. And then they focused on the delivery side. One muscle group at a time every 90 days, the organization gets stronger. Now, in the case study, Neil reports that for the first time in 45 years, the company, in absolute terms, doubled profitability. They did it. What I found out is he lied to me. Later on, he told me, Vern, we actually tripled it. I just didn't want to jinx it, and I didn't really want to report it big as well. And that's the kind of thing they achieved. Now, let's speed forward. Not 5 years, he missed it by a year, but 6 years later, Neil was able to buy his dad out of the business. By the way, at higher revenue today, they've got about 475 employees versus the 600 through attrition. They've become much more efficient. Hey, have there continued to be rocky roads along the way? No different than what Michael Dell's going through. But it's the focus on one thing at a time that's critical. So that's what I want you to figure out over the next 2 days.